Black Eye Perspective.
After his truck jackknifed a minivan while making an illegal U-turn, killing the 3 people inside the van. The migrant, who is believed to have crossed the border illegally in 2018, was granted a commercial driver's license by the state of California. He now faces vehicular homicide charges and deportation. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier joins me now to talk about this horrific situation. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us. What was your reaction when you saw this footage and realized this man cost 3 people their lives?
Yeah, it's a horrific situation. California should not have provided this person the driver's license and a permit, not just for a car, but to drive large-scale trucks, to then drive into Florida, engage in this dangerous behavior and take the lives of 3 others is really a tragedy, but it shows how dangerous the open border policies under Obama and Biden have been that have continued to wreak havoc on communities across the country. We're certainly going to charge that person with the heaviest crimes we can and make sure that he gets locked up for as long as possible before then being deported back where he came from.
Yeah, and if you watch this footage, as you did and we just showed, I mean, the people in this black minivan had absolutely no time to react. It was a 30-year-old, a 37-year-old, and a 50-year-old. 2 of them died on impact, and 1 of them died at the hospital. Absolutely tragic situation. And you touched on this. Why, if you cross into the country illegally, are you allowed to get a commercial driver's license in the state of California?
Well, you shouldn't be able to, and we're certainly going to look at ways that we can go after California, fight back, and protect our citizens. Here in Florida, if you're an illegal, you are not going to get a driver's license under no circumstances. We made that law in this state many years ago when we banned the opportunity for sanctuary cities. So it's a tragedy, but when it comes from California, nothing surprises me these days. Gavin Newsom should focus more on rule of law than crying and defending these heinous criminals.
Yeah, well, if he is found guilty of homicide, he will likely serve his sentence in Florida. Can you confirm that he will? And if so, what kind of time is he looking at before he is deported?
Sure. Well, yeah, I can confirm we're not going to deport or let this guy out of our sights until we have convicted him and ensured that he is behind bars for as long as possible, likely the rest of his life. Only then will we hand him over to ICE for deportation, but he's going to serve his time.
Okay, on to another topic here. Last week, you became the first state attorney general to ban a substance called 7-0. It's something that is sold in popular products that are found in vape shops. And this is important because
I want to welcome everybody to the Lockhart Radio podcast. And just on the heels of our discussion the other day with regards to the illegal CDL schools and individuals who were granted illegal CDL driver's license, this comes up. Now, I do want to make one bit of note. We were talking about this a few days after this incident happened, and it wasn't until a couple of days ago that I was even made aware that this situation existed. But I want to tell you guys, they're now playing this tit for tat situation with this issue. You have Governor Gavin Newsom now blaming it on the Trump administration. And then, of course, you have the Trump administration coming back saying, yo, wait a minute now. That's not the way that any of this worked. So here's the situation. The illegal immigrant truck driver that was accused of causing that crash that killed 3 people in Florida was given a work permit under the Biden administration. This is what officials said yesterday, Monday, the 18th of August, 2025. Harjinder Singh, who was arrested on Saturday in Stockton, California, on 3 counts of vehicular homicide, entered the United States illegally, and his work authorization was rejected. It was rejected under the Trump administration on September 14th, 2020. Now, this comes from Tricia McLaughlin, who is the Homeland Security Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs. McLaughlin noted that Singh's work approval in response to Governor Gavin Newsom, who said that he was first given this opportunity under the Trump administration. He says, quote, he confirmed that this guy meets the federal and state immigration requirements. You issued him a work permit. As usual, the Trump administration is either lying or clueless, Newsom's office wrote on X. McLaughlin noted that the federal government does not issue driver's license at all. At all. That's what McLaughlin said. And so here's a response. In response to that, false. Harjinder Singh is in the United States illegally, and his work authorization was rejected under the Trump administration on September 14th, 2020, she wrote. And then she continues with it was later approved under the Biden administration, June 9th, 2021, the state of California issues the commercial driver's licenses. There is no national CDL. CDL, sincerely, genius. Oh my God. All right, well, she clapped back. But Singh, who officials believe crossed the U.S.-Mexico border in 2018, obtained his commercial driver's license in California despite his illegal status in the United States. He remains in custody on both state vehicular homicide charges as well as immigration violations. We just talked about this. We all just talked about this. If you guys remember, if you were on that live, put a 1 in the chat, because I know that we talked about it at length. We talked about how dangerous individuals having these licensures without going through the proper protocol, without being a legal citizen and all of that, what it cost. Now I want to show you something that came off X that I found very, very disturbing, because this gentleman that put this up on X is from Canada. And look what he put, exactly the same type of thing. This is what he has here. And I don't want to use his sound. So let me mute the sound. All right, so look at this. He's showing somebody doing the exact same thing. And according to the individual who took this, it was a person from India. According to the individual who posted this, they said that that's what they saw. Okay, so I'm not saying whether it is or ain't. What I'm saying is that's not a place that you make a U-turn, friends. Even the area that was done on that turnpike was a specific area where emergency vehicles make those U-turns to get to somebody to render aid on the other side, whether it be the police or whether it be the fire or the paramedics. That's the U-turn that this man used, the original individual that we're covering. So much is going on in the truck world. Hey, Sahara Moore, thank you. And hey, are you sick of it? How are you? Well, Are You Sick of It says he could unfortunately have gotten that license just as easily in Kentucky. It really makes me very angry, as it should. I'm going to put your comment up there because I think this is the consensus of everybody who's hearing this right now. But this individual made this U-turn, and I believe this is, like you said, in Canada. The person from Canada posted this, so I don't know, anything about it, but I will show you something else that the same person posted, and that was the situation itself. This gentleman here who makes these posts, and I'll tell you, his name is Nate, and it's at Celtic Ashes on X. I went ahead and subscribed to his page because I think he's very funny. This guy makes he's a very funny guy. But anyway, let's see if we can find where he had this listed. Where he had it listed. Oh, wow. Yikes. Ooh. He's a very funny person. I love his sense of humor anyway. I'm trying to find where he had this posted, where he showed the actual U-turn and the incident taking place. He seems to be on to something here. He really does. He really does. A lot of the things that are on his page are, yeah. I don't know what it looks like or what the climate looks like right now in Canada, but apparently it's not something that he's appreciative of, because the majority of the stuff on his page, it looks like he's in dispute or something. I need to find out what it looks like. I need to find out what it actually looks like now there in Canada. But nonetheless, I just wanted to show you that his juxtaposition to the situation that we just experienced here in the United States and Florida, was what they saw there in Canada. So apparently this is rampant. But let's just really talk about this for a moment. A lot of these individuals that came over here, I really honestly believe that they came with an assignment. Some came, if you were doing X, Y, or Z, maybe in your country, you can come here and drive, or you can go over here and you can sell food. Either way it goes, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing right now is not cool. It's not cool. And again, like I said that day, I don't think that our administration or the Trump administration is going to be able to undo what the Biden administration did. Personally, I don't see it. I wish to God that it could happen, but I don't think 4 years would be enough to really get in there, saturate everything, and, pull a lot of stuff out. Now, what I'm going to say is this. We talked about the other day where they made sure under the Trump administration that individuals had to speak and read English in order for them to obtain and maintain their CDL licensure. I applauded that. I think a lot of people applauded that. I think it was a very good thing to do. I believe that it was a start, which tells us that, Trump does have that mind of the United States citizenry first. And I think maybe that's the reason why he pushed that, because he knew he couldn't undo all of this. But if he at least did that part, he would be able to ensure that people who are driving on our roads with CDL license met at least that. And if they didn't, that was going to start to, get rid of some of those people. My concern is, has that happened? Is it happening? And I really hope it is. I think that a lot of the stuff that Trump is doing outside of the United States may not be great, but I do think that a lot of the things that he's attempting to do inside with regards to stuff like this is helpful. I just would like to see him. I would like to see him focus more on unraveling some of the heinous things that were done by way of executive order and laws that were passed while Biden was in office. And I say that because I don't feel like he's got a lot of time. And I don't believe that whomever comes behind him is going to have at least that percentage of United States or America first that he does. I can't take that from him, even though I don't necessarily, like him or like who was here before. I can't take away the fact that he has demonstrated out of the majority of the people who we've had in the most recent past, he has the wherewithal to say, no, America needs to be number one. I think the problem is there are so many hands in the pot for him that's sort of leading him and guiding him in the direction that he feels that he should go, so that after he's out, maybe he can still continue to be successful. I don't know. But I do believe that there are a lot of things that go into being the president. And I don't think that the majority of us who have a comment on it really realize exactly what's going on once you become the president. I think that might be the most, I think it's the most hated job, really in America, because first of all, we already know he didn't take any money the last time he was a president. And I don't believe he's taking any money now. I think he's taking maybe the minimum that they can take, just to say that, I was there or whatever. But I would not want that problem. I would not want that job. And I don't envy him at all. As a matter of fact, I do intercede for him, just as I intercede for every leader that's here. I do. Because for me, I feel like if I intercede and you still have, what's going on, not necessarily for my soul, but you do have what's going on for my financial well-being as it relates to what you are able to implement, taxes and, stuff like that. So yeah, I do intercede that they make the best decisions for the people. That's what I intercede for. And that's what I hope everybody is doing in this circumstance, because I do believe the smartest thing that Trump did when he got in office was to make sure that these cats and chicks could read and speak English. Again, I'll need to look and see exactly what the statistics show as it relates to people losing their licensure because of that change, because I think that would give us some real definite numbers on what was, on if it worked or not, or if it's working. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? I really do. I think that that's how it's going to be. Let's read some of your comments so we can get some of those. It looks like Are You Sick of It says yikes is correct. Break laws coming here, then break all of our laws while here. This has to change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Charmania, I do agree. Are you sick of it? Says, I don't think 4 years is enough time to even make a dent in all the damage that the Biden and the liberal governors did to this country. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Oh, it's okay, Sarah. It's good to see you. Sorry, late. Was outside doing chores. It's okay. I understand. I had to get up early and start doing mine too, so I get it. So yeah, it's just something that's indicative of what has hit North America when you consider this particular video that we're looking at that's on the loop here on the screen happened in Canada. It's something that's indicative of a way to take down our country and our region. So the entire, North America. I do want to take a look at a few other things because I think it's important for me to just, chop down, deal with all of the truck driver news at once, even though I really honestly feel like I'm going to just really start to go in that vein because there's so many things that we're not aware of that do take place in that world. And it affects us all. As I mentioned the other day, truck drivers actually make America move. They make every country move, but I don't care about every country, right? Because I'm an American. I care about what happens here. And with that in mind, I do want to talk about a couple of things that are going on right now, something that disturbed me the other day, but I want to share it with you guys. And let me pull it up right now for you to see it. Here it is. It's a truck driver who was charged with unaliving another truck driver at a Love's truck stop. Okay. So I'm going to play this for you. And I want you to listen to this because this is quite disturbing. And then I'll share with you the individual's photo that is accused of doing this terrible thing. He's out of Wichita, Kansas.
I get 3% cash back at Walmart
Here,
on
you,
school
Shakira.
supplies,
All right,
groceries.
Shakira. Let me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to go to Walmart either, Shakira. Skip it, Shakira.
We begin tonight with that breaking news just into our newsroom within the last half hour as Sedgwick County Dispatch confirms one person is dead. This was after a pedestrian versus vehicle incident in the 1500 block of East 21st Street North.
Yeah, so this is near that new Love's truck stop there. The call coming in around 5:30 tonight. Thomas Lynch just arriving there on scene. Thomas, what do we know?
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm at 21st and 135 right here at the Love's truck stop. And as you can see behind me, there's a lot of emergency vehicles. We have Wichita police asking people what was going on and what they saw. The crime scene tape was recently put up. We do not have a lot more information other than that. What we do know, as you said, is one person's confirmed dead, and we are told that they were run over. So we are still waiting for other details, and will have more of the story as it unfolds.
I get 3% cash back.
There she goes again, giving her 3% cash back. But let me give you the actual, I'm going to give you another clip from a police officer who will now be following up with what you just saw. All right. So that way you guys get a good idea of exactly, what's happening. So let me give that to you. So it's a police officer who's actually going into what happened, talking about the truck driver and discussing it. So let's look at that.
Last name Gerdes, pronounced Jurdis. I'm lieutenant.
And can you tell us what happened here, just so you know?
At about 5:22 p.m., there was calls into 911 of an accident here at the Loves at 1504 East 21st Street North. When the officers arrived, they found one individual fatally injured in a parking stall. At this point, we have the accident follow-up unit here, Kansas Highway Patrol, to determine exactly what happened, looking for video and any witnesses. Right now,
I don't know what happened, but let me tell you exactly what they do say happened. What they say, reports have been. Oh, here we go.
Yes. We've got another truck driver that we're going to be talking to, and that person is detained right now at this moment. He is a truck driver, that's correct.
And there are cameras, you guys are going through the cameras right now?
Well, the The store has a few, but we don't know if they were blocked by the other trucks. So we're still looking for maybe video out of the other trucks that are running.
And can you explain the extent of kind of the injuries that were caused?
That at this time I don't know. Just Wichita Police and of course our accident follow-up unit investigations. We are looking for witnesses at this time, yes.
And should they just contact Crime Stoppers or Wichita Police in general if they have any
Wichita
information?
Police in general, yes.
Okay.
They can go through 911 and we'll get them contacted and call them back. At this time, this is the information I have. So, as you know, give a hold of the public information officers at a later time for more additional information.
Were you guys able to identify the victim?
Yes.
Do you know about age or?
That I don't know. It's a male, but that's all I can tell you. I really don't know the age.
All right, I'm going to pause here and give you some information to go along with the things that he's not able to say, according to some of the reports. So it says an Oklahoma man made his first appearance in the Sedgwick County courtroom on Monday, where he was charged with second-degree murder. Travis Briscoe was accused of running over another man, 57-year-old Abduled Alimat Mohammed of Georgia, with his semi-trailer at the Love's truck stop in North Wichita last week. Police say he and the victim got into an argument when Briscoe began backing into the parking stall with his semi-truck, striking the victim. Briscoe's bond is set at $250,000, and a preliminary hearing in the case is scheduled for September 2nd, 2025. So let's get back and continue listening, but I wanted to give you that little bit of brief update on that.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you, but I just don't know. At least 3 to 4 hours. We had them come in to inspect the logs and inspect the truck.
Stores in these parts.
Excuse me. It's still open. Yeah, the front half is still open. Sure. What they do on the other side is the truckers will know, but right here it's closed. Okay. Thank you.
All right, now I want to let you know that there are truckers that are begging, asking for some laws and some things to be changed. And I think it's really important. So let's get into this article because it's so important. It says that truckers beg for the cancellation of B-1 visas, and that he begs for the cancellation of B-1 visas and say that it puts American truckers out of business. The truck driver, who says that he is originally from Cuba and is now a legal American citizen, posted a video to social media in an attempt to spread awareness about the misuse of B-1 visas within the trucking industry. He says, quote, "Please, I beg you, let me explain something to you about these Mexican tags in America." He says the driver says in the video opening. He continues with, "This is a Mexican national," he explains, pointing at a semi-truck parked at a stop. He's supposed to, and this is him continuing, he's supposed to come to America with a load from Mexico, drop it off and leave. He says they don't. They stay here for 6 months at a time and even longer. A lot of them, he says, just live here in America illegally, committing what is called, I think he's trying to say sabotage, but he says cabotage. And then he continues with what these companies are doing to the trucking industry, putting thousands of my friends out of business. I lost 3 trucks over this competition. We can't compete because these people make very low wage. The highway patrols, he continues, don't know the meaning of these tags, he laments, saying that the police often don't understand the intricacies of the misuse. He continues with, we have more Mexican trucks on parking lots than we do American trucks. They're putting us out of business. They keep the rates really low. Please help us out. I'm over here in Louisiana on I-10, he continues. Help us out. Call your senator, call your congressman. Tell them about the B-1 visas. Stop the B-1 visa from Mexico and Canada. Canada does the same thing, he says, and they're putting all of us out of business, all Americans. Please call your congressman and your senator and have them stop the B-1 visas from hurting the American CDL commercial drivers over the road. We sacrifice enough as it is dealing with this. Now, let me see. Is this his video? Hold on. Yeah, okay, I'm going to show you the video because he doesn't have any music. And that's the reason why I can show you the video. But let's just be honest. This is a man who took the time to become an American citizen, who took the time to come from Cuba, who understands the importance and the significance of getting out of a socialist or a communist state or country, right? He understood that. So much so that he not only understands it, but he sees what's going on and he's pleading and begging. How many of you knew that there were B-1 visas in trucking? A lot of us don't know that because we equate those visas that are coming for jobs with the tech industry, where they, try to convince everybody in America that we needed more people to come from abroad to do the tech jobs that quote unquote Americans couldn't do, when we have so many schools that have opened up and we have so many individuals who are tech here in the United States that have lost their jobs. They had their jobs and then they bring those visa individuals here and now they don't have jobs. So this is somebody who's begging, saying, hey, I'm not from here, but I became a citizen and I love this great nation and I don't want to see this continue. Please stop it. So let's take a look at his post. I have it here. What is this? Is this it? Oh, please don't. I don't want to see this ignorance. But the gentleman's post was right before this one. They're giving me the goofball dance and trash, which is what they really want us to all be sort of, I don't know, preoccupied with, is what I wanted to say. So let me see if I can find that again. Oh, I know how to do it. Let me look in my history, you guys. And once I do that, I'll be able to check it out. Let's see. Let me see. I don't want to see that. Oh, here's his video. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Here you guys.
Please, I beg you, let me explain you about these Mexican tags in America. This tag, see the collar? This is a Mexican national. He's supposed to come to America with a load from Mexico, drop it, and leave right back. They don't. They stay over here 6 months at a time and even longer. A lot of them just live here in America illegally, committing what is called cabotage. Go to Google and Google cabotage, and you see what I mean. What these companies are doing to the trucking industry, putting thousands of my friends out of business. I lost 3 trucks over this competition. We can't compete because these people make very low wages. Look at this blue tag. See the blue tag on the bottom? That tag is for us Americans to be able to go to Mexico. And we don't, because we don't want to get killed down there or get kidnapped. So what happens is Mexicans, illegal nationals, come to America and use that tag here. Because the highway patrols don't know about these tags, what the meaning of it. Look, another Mexican tag. This truck, another one too, I bet you. Look, there it is, another blue tag. Please help us out. We have more Mexican trucks and parking lots than we have American trucks. They're putting us out of business. They keep the rates really low, really low. Look, if I go over there, I bet you those are 2 Mexican nationals. Look, he looks Mexican already to me. And if I run the whole parking lot, it will be that way. Please help us out. I'm over here in Louisiana on I-10. Help us out. Call your senator, your congressman. Tell them to stop B1 visa. Stop B1 visa from Mexico and Canada. Canada does the same thing. And they're putting us all out of business. All Americans. We can't deal with these. I mean, look at their trucks. They got brand new trucks versus our trucks. We drive junks, and these people from Mexico driving brand new trucks. Well, you've seen it yourself right here. Now, here it is. This guy's Mexican right here is filming me. Look, brand new trucks. They drive. It's what they do. We need to stop, and please call your congressman and senator and have them stop B1 visa from hurting the American CDL commercial drivers over the road. We sacrifice enough as it is to be dealing today's with these. Joe Biden allowed this stuff. Joe Biden allowed this abuse with the trucking industry.
He's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. Let me make sure I'm here for you guys. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh, I gave him full screen. Duh. I got to put him back. Hold on. So that I can come back. There we go. Now I can take him off. All right. So he's absolutely right. He's begging and pleading, saying, hey, and listen, this is a CTA. This is a complete call to action, what this man is saying. But did you know that? That was a lot. I would love to play that again if you guys would indulge me. I would love to play that again because to me, it deserves to be repeated. Here is somebody who's actually in the field, feet and boots on the ground, in a parking lot, showing you what these licenses look like. And just imagine for him to show that many. If he only showed that many, can you imagine there's far more? You guys don't leave me now because this is important. This CTA that this man made as a citizen who became an American citizen, he took the time to become an American citizen. And he apparently loves the country. And I'm going to tell you something right now. He's not lying. I remember a time when truck drivers made good money. Do you know that truck drivers are now having to scramble just to get decent loads? Yeah. But what did he say? He said they are doing the loads so cheap that they're pushing everybody out of business. These are the types of things that I would love to see the president come in and just focus on that. I don't give a rip about what happens in other countries. The only thing that I care about is that my tax dollars are being sent abroad, purchase of equipment and things like that to create and wreak havoc on other nations in their arguments and in their fights. I care about that, but I don't care about anything else other than what happens here first. I believe that in order for us to make sure that we are competitive and that we are everything that this president thinks that we are and that we can be, we need to start at home. And here we are 8 months into 2025, going into the 9th month, or technically the 7th month, but into the 9th month. And this is what we're dealing with right now. This is what we're dealing with. All right. I want everybody to make sure that you guys please hit a thumbs up for this broadcast, because I would love for it to go out to more people, not for me, but for just the content of what it is that we're talking about today. Just the content itself, because I believe that it's important. No, it's not a sensational story. No, it's not a story that, talks about somebody kicked this person or that person. It's not about that. It's not a get rich quick scheme type of, live or whatever that we're doing. But I honestly do believe that it's necessary, that this is a necessary conversation. And that's why I want you guys to make sure that if you have the ability to share it on your community tab, that you share it. If you got the ability to, to put it out there, but make sure if you don't do anything else, at least give us a thumbs up so others can come and hear that man's cry and his plea. And for those who are just now going to be coming in, I'm going to play that again. And I'm playing it again because I believe that it deserves to be heard. I really, really do. I want you this time to listen to the pleas in this man's voice. Listen to how sincere he is. Listen to the strong concern that he's having and telling you that he recognizes these tags. He recognizes that these tags are coming from Mexico here, but he also juxed one other thing. Did you notice that? He also showed us what a United States tag looks like that can go into Mexico. He said, but they don't want to go there because they will either get hijacked or kidnapped. And you and I have heard those types of stories. So let's give ear again to this gentleman as he pleads and begs for for us to reach out to our congressmen and senators. All righty, hold on just a second. I don't understand why these news companies actually allowed the links to go into different veins. I don't want to watch on Instagram. Watch it again on Instagram. I don't want to do that, but I am going to do this. Let me see if we can get it to go back. All right, it looks like you guys should still be able to see it. So let me get this to go, and you guys just sit tight for a second. If you ain't doing nothing and you don't mind kicking it with me, go ahead on and kick it with me. All right, so let's see. I think we're on the right tab now. Now I think we are in the right house. All right, so let's listen again.
You about these Mexican tags in America. This tag, see the collar? This is a Mexican national. He's supposed to come to America with a load from Mexico, drop it, and leave right back. They don't. They stay over here 6 months at a time and even longer. A lot of them just live here in America illegally, committing what is called cabotage. Go to Google and Google cabotage, and you see what I mean, what these companies are doing to the trucking industry, putting thousands of my friends out of business. I lost 3 trucks over this competition. We can't compete because these people make very low wages. Look at this blue tag. See the blue tag on the bottom? That tag is for us Americans to be able to go to Mexico. And we don't, because we don't want to get killed down there or get kidnapped. So what happens is Mexicans, illegal nationals, come to America and use that tag here. Because the highway patrols don't know about these tags, what the meaning of it. Look, another Mexican tag. This truck, another one too, I bet you. You about these Mexican tags in America. This tag, see the collar? This is a Mexican national. He's supposed to come to America with a load from Mexico, drop it, and leave right back. They don't. They stay over here 6 months at a time and even longer. A lot of them just live here in America illegally, committing what is called cabotage. Go to Google and Google cabotage, and you see what I mean, what these companies are doing to the trucking industry, putting thousands of my friends out of business. I lost 3 trucks over this competition. We can't compete because these people make very low wages. Look at this blue tag. See the blue tag on the bottom? That tag is for us Americans to be able to go to Mexico. And we don't, because we don't want to get killed down there or get kidnapped. So what happens is Mexicans, illegal nationals, come to America and use that tag here. Because the highway patrols don't know about these tags, what the meaning of it. Look, another Mexican tag. This truck, another one too, I bet you. Look, there it is, another blue tag. Please help us out. We have more Mexican trucks and parking lots than we have American trucks. They're putting us out of business. They keep the rates really low, really low. Look, if I go over there, I bet you those are 2 Mexican nationals. Look, he looks Mexican already to me. And if I run the whole parking lot, you know, it will be that way. Please help us out. I'm over here in Louisiana on I-10. Help us out. Call your senator, your congressman. Tell them to stop B1 visa. Stop B1 visa from Mexico and Canada. Canada does the same thing. And they're putting us all out of business. All Americans. We can't deal with these. I mean, look at their trucks. They got brand new trucks versus our trucks. We drive junks, and these people from Mexico are driving brand new trucks. Well, you've seen it yourself right here. Now, here it is. This guy's Mexican right here is filming me. Look, brand new trucks. They drive. It's what they do. We need to stop, and please call your congressman and senator and have them stop B1 visa from hurting the American.
Scheiße Kleinen. All right. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and read this to you now that we have found out. I thought when he was saying cabotage that when I was reading it, I thought it was a typo, but it's actually cabotage. So this article is from Fleet Owner, and it says that Schneider and JB Hunt executives say B1 enforcement is resetting the trucking market. I hope they mean that there are stronger enforcement. So let's read. Stricter enforcement of cabotage laws, carrier leaders said, will help bring the supply and demand balance to the market, creating a little bit of optimism is what they're hoping. All right. So executives of Schneider National and JB Hunt Transport Services said on June 10th, 2025, that stricter enforcement of cabotage regulations can be one of the last steps the trucking market needs to find the supply and demand equilibrium. Speaking at the Wells Fargo Industrial and Materials Conference in Chicago, both the JB Hunt COO, Nick Hobbs, and Schneider CEO, Mark Rourke, welcomed the increased enforcement of the rules around the B1 visas, which allow foreign drivers into the United States only to drop off goods and or pick up and return loads. The industry advocates, including the American Trucking Association at the Truckload Carriers and Association Conference said in March, they say they have called for such a tightening, saying that the freight downturn has been extended in part by fleets abusing the visas and hiring Mexican drivers to run domestic routes illegally. Quote, there's a lot of noise starting to spark about cabotage, and I think that's really coming on, Hobbs with the Wells Fargo conference said. And he continues with, I think that's a really big play on where cheap rates are coming from. Rourke told the analyst Chris Weatherby that cabotage violations impact many parts of the country, but that the Southwest and the Southeast regions will benefit more from more regular enforcement. Quote, just a mere threatening of enforcement drives change, Rourke said. Just the fact that the border started to do some more. Somebody's in here, so I'm a little distracted, you guys. I apologize. I'm a sort of, what do they call it? ADD. So I'm sorry, I'm sort of distracted. But let me go back and read his comment again. It says, quote, just a mere threatening of enforcement drives change, Rourke said. Just the fact that the border started to do something more questioning and more enforcement stopped the proliferation of carriers coming into the United States, which means a little tightening of capacity, particularly around the border. The discussions around the B1 issue, both by Rourke and Hobbs, were in response to questions from Weatherby about the June 25th return of English proficiency standards to the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance's out-of-service criteria. The executive said that the move is also likely to reduce supplies somewhat. Broadly speaking, about the market dynamics, Hobbs said that he has, quote, a little bit of optimism that supply and demand are nearing a balance point. That echoes recent commentary from analysts who said they see a bottom nearing and pricing dynamics improving for carriers. I think that a lot of these carriers and a lot of the United States companies need to be held accountable as well. And let me tell you why. Because there are a lot of American companies that'll take these loads and they will make sure that they're getting the most from whomever the company is that they're contracting with. And then they'll use these other companies that have the least, or these drivers that they can pay the least, right? And they're taking the biggest lump sum. So I think that they need to incorporate everybody in this. I don't think that there's enough accountability being doled out. I think that what we're doing is attaching those laws and things to low-hanging fruit as opposed to getting to the gut of it. If you are an American company and you are utilizing these businesses that you know are not from here, that you know don't have the United States and their citizenry at heart, then you need to be held accountable. And I don't mean no $500 a day. I mean, hit them where their pockets are. Give them a $10,000 fine for the first time. Then up it to $30,000, not 20, 30. keep hitting them in their pockets, if you keep hitting these trucking companies in their pockets where they have to respect the American truck drivers, which they do not anymore. Before, they used to be revered because dudes that was over the road that knew what they were doing, the old school truck drivers, a lot of these companies didn't tamper with them. And a lot of the men ended up, really retiring from some companies because they were good at what they did and they were revered and they were respected. But right now they're not. That's what we need to do. And that's what I would love to see this president do. I would love to see him get focused on one thing, have one of his groups focus on one good thing. And each one of his branches could focus on something that affects us every day and meet it out until we get the success that we need. So folks, go ahead and get the conversation started down below in the comments. Let us know exactly what you think. Do you think that America is in greater peril because of this? Do you think that it's ever going to change? And do you think that the president has his focuses where they need to be so that the American citizens over the next 5, 10, 15 years will be thankful that he was in office? Or do you think that we're just doomed? Doomed. Do you think we're doomed? What do you think? Let us know down below in the comments. And until we see each other again, I want you to take care of my friend because my friend is you. I don't want you to go out there and get you some sauce. But before you go get your sauce, listen, we're coming back later today. And I want to tell you to tell all your friends, tell your mom and them, tell your cousins them, tell everybody. We're going to talk about how a lot of these women in business and in politics have ruined their lives, absolutely ruined their careers with their sneaky link. You know what a sneaky link is? A sneaky link for a man or a woman is that person that you go see that you know you can't get rid of. It's a woman who sees another person's husband and she know he married and she's a governor or she's a district attorney or she's an attorney, and then she does something that damages, in this case, damages her career. That's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to look at Louisiana. We're going to look at Miss Fonnie, and we're going to look at one other woman who have really had a great opportunity to do something great, to continue to, retire, but now their business and their lives are jacked. So we're going to talk about that later on today. Make sure that you look for us to drop that in the community tab today. And please make sure that you come back. And if you don't get a chance to come back today, share it out with somebody, let them know. And when you can come back, don't forget to let me know what you think down below in the comments. And then I'm going to tell you, take care of yourself, baby. Go get your sauce. Peace. Hey everyone, it's me, Felicia, of the Lockhart Perspective and Headlines with a Voice. I want to tell you a little secret. This is what I used to do because I don't do it anymore. I would go to the store, buy the barbecue sauce, pour it inside of a bowl, put a whole bunch of different spices, a dash of brown sugar, a dash of maple, and a dash of mustard, stir it all around, and everybody would be like, oh my gosh, this is the best, this is the best. But I was exhausted after all of that, and a lot of times I couldn't remember how many dashes of what I put in it. But I don't have to do that anymore because now I just go to Judge Joe Brown's website and I order his 3-pack of bottled barbecue sauce. It is by far the best, and I do mean the best barbecue sauce I've ever eaten. And when you go to his website and you order his 3-pack, you'll see exactly what I mean. Head on over to jjbbbbq.com and order Judge Joe Brown's barbecue sauce. You'll be glad you did, and you're going to tell me about it. I know you will. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.